Good day, everyone. Alex here with more Deus Ex Human Revolution. And last time we did a pretty long stream focused mostly on the Samizdat mission, with most of what happened taking inside the Palisade Bank. And oh man, did I comb through a whole chunk of it. Now, I couldn't do everything in there, obviously, but I did pretty much just get, I went off the path severely and did more than I initially wanted to, and I ended up knocking out one VIP inside, who apparently I should have left alone if I wanted to have access to Vault A via negotiation. But I ended up getting everything inside that vault anyway, and apparently that was his name was Thomas something. I can't remember the full name, but basically I could have talked to him at a later point in the game had I left him alone, but I knocked him out, so I compromised that. But I do intend to play the game a second time anyway, due to a different level stuff happenings later on anyway. So if anything, I have a second playthrough planned in the long run in order to correct things I screwed up. And before I go back to Task Force 29 headquarters, I want to go back to the south end of town where I can pay the informant Nabbing, because I got a whole bunch of it. A huge bunch of it from not just the executive vault, but also from raiding that clinic whose pharmacist stowed away a whole bunch of neuropazine and biocells. And apparently, from what I understand, there is a new Game Plus mode, so if at least I think there is. So if I'm able to carry over all my abilities, that would make going through a second playthrough a lot easier. And I got a lot of stuff that I want to drop back off at the plant the whisper chip. Confront server the apartment. Point of interest. Now, this is something I want to do now, because I thought about it and I was like, are there any more of these? And turns out there are, and a lot of them, especially at this point in the game, come from that informant. Remember the informant who's in front of my apartment who deals in neuropazine? Well, unlike the lady, Letitia or whatever her name was in Human Revolution, who pretty much just told you, well, she did a similar thing, where if you paid her money, she told you areas of interest. Well, he does the same thing, but it's a bit more in-depth, leading to even side missions in some cases. So I'm going to go back there, back to not just my apartment to drop things off, but also to pay this guy in neuropazine, so that way I can get a bit more out before I go on with the main mission again. Oh, this game. Every time I think I've done everything, I find out there's more stuff. I wonder if a guidebook was ever made, because it would be nice to use that instead of having to search
Tak tohle byla velká chyba. Jet ve voze, kam augové nesmějí?
Oh, come on.
Vás mohlo přijít draho.
What is this?
Mi doklady.
Wrong train car. Right. They're all going to the same place, aren't they?
Na stejný místo? No jasně, že jedou na stejný místo. Je to stejný vlak, vy idioté. Tady. Údaje souhlasej, ale už to příště nedělejte.
Really? Wait a minute. So I can't just go in whatever car I want. I have to go all the way to the to the separate one where all the augs are supposed to go. Hey, I'm a human being, god damn it. Not my fault I have RoboCop arms. Let's rob him just to fuck with him. Whoop, oh. That was a bad idea. Well, so much for that. Okay, let's try this again. But without the petty vengeance robbery, justified as it may be. Okay, in real life, not so much, but in a video game, well, it's a video game. I can do whatever I want, or at least theoretically, anyway, because they won't allow it. So, fuck it, whatever. Just move along, I suppose.
Look, the terrorists. That's bad.
Well, back in the hood, at least for a little while. Straight out of Deus Ex. Okay, my front door was open for some reason. Oh, wait a minute. Samizdat. Flight 451, Picus versus the Truth. Did you hear the news telling us that Augs are to blame for everything? It's hard to miss. This week saw another concerning revelation from those stalwart paragons of truth over at Picus. They claim that the recent tragedy involving Sister Airlines Flight 451 was, in fact, the action of an unstable, augmented individual who wrestled control of the aircraft, causing it to crash and kill all on board. Well, here's the revelation of our own. Picus are disingenuous liars and need to be shut down. Hard evidence in our possession clearly shows Picus covering up the truth once again. After undertaking a forced detour to avoid unseasonal storm activity in the region, Flight 451 was ultimately downed by catastrophic instrument failure due to extreme interferences in the ionosphere. The source of that extreme interference, an undisclosed military facility conducting experiments in the area. The 251 souls who perished that day deserve the truth, as do we all. What is the secret military base doing up there with the ionosphere anyway? Pertinent question. Picus, however, care more about making you look the other way. Think about that the next time Eliza Kassan is telling you what you should worry about. Duh! Oh, look at that that creepy smile and red eyes. Oh. Well, it's not completely her fault. She's just doing what she's programmed. Although she did kind of breach her programming a bit to help Adam out. I wonder if we'll ever run into Eliza again. Would be nice. Hopefully, hopefully, in a third game soon, if Squeenix doesn't screw Eidos Montreal with another horrible Marvel game. Neon Recreation or Death Sentence. Samizdat gained recent access to confidential police data for the latest recreational drug, Neon, and discovered several alarming details. The authorities have apparently been too busy to share. Of a surprisingly high count of 28 Neon deaths in Prague so far, 26 were augmented individuals. After the events of 2027, rumors surfaced that some AUGs were drugged en masse to induce their murderous mindset as part of a plan to depopulate numbers. Feel familiar with Prague's current politics and augmentation? How might one explain the arrival of Neon and its 93% augmented mortality rate? Starting to feel a lot like 2027 all over again. That reminds me of an episode of X-Men Evolution where they made some Powerade drink or whatever, and it ended up being toxic to mutants, even though it really doesn't make much sense. And Spike, you know, Storm's nephew, got, like, poisoned by it, causing his powers to go out of control. And, and by the end of it, and so he joined the Morlocks and left the X-Men for either for the rest of the series or at least a little while. I don't know which. And, I don't know if they ever followed it up ever again, because the guy who made the drink, like, by the end of the episode was like, my energy drink is toxic to mutants. You mad? Oh, let's do something with it. So, I don't know if they ever bothered with it ever again. Who knows? I don't need the nanoblades. I'm trying to go for no kill as much as possible in this first playthrough, so we'll see. Don't need the drink. Okay, close my door. Let's take a shortcut.
Join us, brother.
Hee hee. I love that, the Icarus landing. I'm glad that they touched it up a bit. In the previous game, once you unlocked it, it pretty much... It acted on pretty much every height you dropped from, no matter how small. So I like that they touched it up a bit, where it won't automatically react if the jump is not that severe. It's refreshing, honest. You know, it makes jumping and landing a bit more precise. Okay, I think I have plenty of neuropozyne. Yeah, 19. I have more than enough. And knowing,
let's get to business.
And considering how snoopy I am, I'll likely find more of it anyway. So what's info A?
Sophisticated choice.
Info B. What, he's not even gonna tell me anything?
Is that all the info you need?
You could talk to me.
Excellent choice.
Oh, come on. Letitia at least told
for
me.
The day. You've taken everything I had.
Oh, come on. Letitia at least told me what everything was. Reports of shots fired at Prakavska building number 37. Chickenfoot. Current assessment, no officers available. Points of interest. Data file number 3. Right storage, 1998. Belongs to a toy place, so it should be fine. I think I already did that one, so it's Oh wait, no, it's that's the ping for codes. Take the tools down out of the area under the tracks, ready for repairs next week. Access from the Zaylan building with 9002. Every little helps, and shots fired. Which am I closest to? I think I may have done one of these already. Because it mentioned a locker. Shots fired. I kind of like that they kind of broke the side missions up a bit into like different elements.
Interesting look.
Státní policie má oprávnění během stavu nouze vykonávat prohlídky.
And I got the double jump, so now I can do way more than before. Whoa, this place is a mess. Broken lamp. Parts and more parts. E-books. Augmented artists. International galleys have been in increased demand for marginal artists, including works created by the augmented. This may seem controversial to some, but the art world has never shied from that. In fact, augmented artists may have found a powerful ally in the form of Nathaniel Brown, CEO of the Santal Group. Professed art connoisseur, Brown has already undertaken to open an impressive art gallery in Rabia. He also plans to offer grants specifically to augmented artists to come live and work in his desert oasis. I think the augmented, due to their particular nature and the nature of the enhancements, create art differently, says Brown. They may well influence a whole new movement, and I encourage other patrons of the arts in Rabia and elsewhere to embrace these artists. Fact remains that for now, augmented artists remain at the fringe, and that getting to Rabia is to enjoy what seems to be enviable artistic freedom, may be well beyond most. Alrighty then. Where's that on the map? Oh, it's the drug dealer area. I've already been in there. An event that leads somewhere. Wine, don't need. What's on his computer?
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
Come on.
Access granted.
Closing the account. Lena, I spoke with the bank and they're expecting you. I already signed so you can just move all the money and close the account. Try not to worry, I share your concerns, but what choice do we have? Without a permit, we're going nowhere and we're not getting one from the government. They've made that clear enough. When we were young, we used to go to concerts and pay the scalpers twice, sometimes 3 times the original ticket prices. This is the same thing. When we get to Rabia, I keep saying Rabia when they said it was Rabia. We can worry about the next steps and use the other half of the money. That young girl may have made us feel like beggars when she was explaining the cost, but a loan from Santel might be the only way. I know it was heartbreaking for you to part with some of the things we had to sell, but we still have our work and the promise of a better life to look forward to. This will be worth it, I promise you. I'll see you at home later this evening. Take care, Peter. Jacob Zabron. Helena and Peter, I want to let you know personally that the money has been transferred to your account and express my appreciation another time for the wonderful work of art you have brought into this world. I cannot wait to see how it looks on the walls of my new home in Rabia. It may not be my place to tell you what to do with the money you have just received, but if you have time for the opinion of a patron, I would like to recommend that you consider going to Rabia yourself. I've watched Santos CEO Nathaniel Brown more than once on television, speaking of how the city will provide a haven for augmented people to be able to express themselves without fear of public opinion. Artists such as yourself would thrive there, I'm sure. Cost is significant, but certainly worth it to be out of Prague. Imagine walking the streets, a warm sun upon every augmented head, surrounded by our kind and never having to worry about bigots or violence. If Brown is right, then I can only imagine opportunities galore for you both. Every new city attempting to make its mark in the world must encourage great art, especially one as remarkable as Rabia. Whatever your decision, I wish you both the very best and hope someday to see you again. Good luck in your endeavors and farewell. Yours sincerely, Jacob Zambon. Okay, so they were artists. But what caused the scuffle? Unusual. What did they rob? Were they mugged? I don't know. What happened? Let's look at the points of interest. Neighborhood watch. Shots fired. Huh. Well, I don't know what happened. Couple of struggling artists. On second thought, we may have found a clue. Pocket secretary. Thank you. Lena, be calm. I'll be home soon. Hide what we agreed behind the wall and let me do the talking when they arrive tonight. They're just thugs, but surely any money is better than nothing. We'll have our permit soon. Helena Volin, Peter Volin. What should we do? This is a message he sent below. They're not giving up. We can't afford to spend everything we have. This was a stupid idea. What are we going to do? He's been our dangers. I can't believe we're living like this. Permits don't come cheap for a reason, so the price is what it is. The government isn't going to look well on me helping people like you get out of Prague, so I make sure it's worth our time to give you a happy ending. Well, Be There has agreed to make sure you have the money, all of it. Pleasure doing business with you. Uh-oh. They tried to get permits off in unofficial channels with the wrong sort, and, yeah, it did not work out at all. Okay, call me a stickler to the law, but if you're trying to do something, don't go to criminals. Because then this happens. And you end up, you know, owing somebody more than you really do. Okay, every little helps. Because you give them what they want, or you promise them too much more than you're willing to do, and it comes back to bite you in the ass. Gonna wait till the drone looks the other way. And there was nothing in there anyway. Oh, back over here. Every little helps. I was in here already. Long ago. Okay. Now, were there any more points of interest? Neighborhood Watch. Reserve Cult. Okay, so I pretty much did. I did do all the points of interest. All right, so let's go back to Prague, the main, well, Upper Prague anyway. Seriously, what's with that giant rock that they have hovering over the park right here? I don't get it. Is it a meteorite or something? Is it made of diamonds?
What is this?
I don't know. I haven't found a pocket secretary or a newspaper to tell me, so who knows? Oh, it's the preacher. Oh.
Can you spare anything? I just need a little.
Oh, he's praying. I thought he like spilled his guts on the floor or something, but no, it's just road grease or something. All right, fine. I'll go to the back of the train. Along with all the other degenerates. Okay, that's a little harsh. Yeah, they're not all degenerates. They're victims. I mean, imagine. I mean, I'm Jewish. I know that better than anyone. Oh, all Jews are communists. They all want to take over the world. Please. Take that and go preach to the Islamic world and actual communists. And George Soros. They're the ones you should be complaining to. And Disney. Especially Disney. Okay. By the way, Walt Disney was not an anti-Semite. That was something that his enemies... That was just a thing his enemies spread just to make him look bad when he had plenty of Jewish animators working under him, and they all said he treated them very fairly. So, yeah, it's a hilarious joke, like in Family Guy and whatnot. But other than that, there's really it's not true. He's not. He wasn't an anti-Semite. Tracking. Huh. We could go in there for whatever reason. What do they have him under?
Já s tím neměl nic společného, ty kreténe. Můžeš mě zmlátit, mořit hladem, to je fuk. Pravdu nezměníš.
Yeah. Remind me to call Jack Bauer. I've been, speaking of Jack Bauer, I've been rewatching seasons of 24. Good show. I remember enjoying a few episodes back in the day, but I never really watched it to the point of, you know, dedicated. Watch, you know what I mean? Like, what, every season, every week or whatever. Like, nah. But, you know, I've been lately having a craving for, like, military special ops action thrillers. So I'm like, 24. You know what they really need to make a movie of? Rainbow Six. I mean, it was unlike Ghost Recon and Rainbow Six, it started off as a novel. Unlike Ghost Recon and Splinter Cell, it started off as an actual novel. And, there, of course, before it had video games associated with it. And, I mean, come on, Rainbow Six is made up of, like, an international cast of people and characters from America, Germany, Israel, Japan, Lord, and so many other things that you'd think that the SJW-obsessed fools in Hollywood would be on board with it, but, no, they haven't done it, for whatever reason. Like, come on, you have your compromise right there. Anti-terror spec ops unit made up of multiple nations, nationalities, and ethnicities. All armed to the teeth and kicking ass. What's not to love? X Z 774. Last time I used this NSN, the logs failed to delete properly. They're supposed to have been there through Curly's and NSN and functioning recently. Looking into their origin until further notice. Unless you delete your logs manually, anyone use the NSN after you'll be able to access record communications, including those of personal nature. JGC. Seven, 3, 4. And another praxis point. Stealth software. Anything else in here? Stop worm. Processor chips. Chips. Could use some chips. Salt and vinegar or barbecue. He's got somebody in there hooking his brain up. Use the whisper chip.
Alex, the whisper chip is in.
Weird, it's already picking up a freak. Jesus, Adam, is Miller in there right now?
Apparently he is.
Shit, gotta go.
Jensen, I need to see you, now.
Okay then, he sounds angry. I didn't do anything, Miller.
Agent Jensen reporting for duty, sir. Tried to do it earlier, but you were on a conference call.
Yeah, I was. Should I be worried about you, Jensen?
Sorry.
That blow you took to your systems. It's not messing with your head or anything, making you do things.
I'm not gonna go crazy and start attacking people, if that's what you're worried about.
You've been checked out then. The problem with your orbs is gone.
I took care of it.
Good, good. God knows with all that's happened, I need you at 100% right now.
You sounded pissed when you called me in. Everything okay?
Don't ever leave the field, Jensen. You'll regret it. As soon as you strap a desk to your ass, you'll be swimming in goddamn politics.
The boss is giving you trouble.
What? Oh, that. No, the trouble's state police. They're pushing us out of the Ruzicka investigation. I want you over there to make sure that doesn't happen.
You're putting me on the train station attack? Not Dubai?
Forget Dubai. McCready's handling it.
I'm a little torn. Like, on one hand, I want to focus on the Dubai part and maybe deal with the train station in a second playthrough. I'm not sure, honestly. Besides, I already got a bunch of the vault cards for later.
With all due respect, we were blindsided in Dubai, and those mercs put up one hell of a firefight. I'd like to know who they were.
They were augmented, Jensen. Chances are this will lead right back home.
To the train station attack?
Maybe. It's possible. But we won't know for sure if we don't investigate both. Mac's a solid agent. I'm confident he'll dig up something on the gold masks. And once we get Singh reinserted with the Jinn, he might be able to use their network to find out even more, as long as his cover wasn't blown. Regardless, I want you looking into Ruzicka before the state police fuck up our crime scene.
Yes, sir. You said they're trying to push us out?
I sent Fletcher in this morning to oversee evidence collection. Seems he's being detained, because he hasn't checked in since.
They can't lock us out. The Czech Republic signed our UN mandate agreement. They gave us jurisdiction over terrorist investigations.
Yeah, well, the former director of their security information services runs state police now. He's come up with a loophole, claiming this attack falls under the homegrown terror exemption.
Homegrown? He's saying it's ARC? The Augmented Rights Coalition?
I don't care what he's saying. He may even be right. I just want us in there so we can find out.
Chang said you've got him cleaning up Intellicam footage that was captured during the bombing. Maybe it can tell us something.
Maybe. But between you and me, Chang's become a little more unglued since Ruzicka. Not sure we can wait for him to get his shit together.
So where do I start?
Technically, you're supposed to speak to our psychologist before getting back into action.
I don't need a shrink.
Convenient because she's not in the office right now, and I don't want to waste any more time.
So how do I get to Ruzicka? Public transportation's not stopping there.
It will for you once I make a phone call. Head to the metro and call me when you're there. Good luck, Agent.
Neural subnet, huh? More stuff to sell. Use Jim Miller's card. Why do I have a feeling that we'll be getting that card at some point?
Is beyond the legal jurisdiction of any government. Assured anonymity.
Palisade Bank Corporation is now and forever will be the best secured
I already raided his office earlier. But he clearly must have his card on him. He seems to be a big fan of chess. He's got a chess. He's got a physical chessboard there. He's got a digital chessboard here. Like, sheesh, man. I understand having a hobby, but oh, what am I saying? I've got freaking Gundam models on a shelf over my bed. I know better than that. That's Sing. Hans Gerber. I know more than anyone about indulging in hobbies.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Those are our people we lost. The investigation stays with us. I have Miller's word on it. I can assure me this new bombing doesn't mean the Dubai investigation is going to be given to Muscat. Agent Gerber, the reason your superior didn't have the explanation you want is that he knows better than the question orders. Listen to what McCready tells you and get on with it. Mac just instructed me to put together a mission in Dubai. Asked him why we were given this assignment. Didn't have an explanation. Shouldn't Muscat be handling this? Shooting competition. The Dubai thing we already read. Where's Chang? Changy Chang Chang. Peter Chang.
Thanks for taking care of those conspiracy nuts, Jensen. Man, the thought of someone knowing where we are. I mean, I'm supposed to be digging into this Janus hacking collective, but I can't do that if I keep looking over my shoulder, waiting for the next bomb to go off.
Any progress on Janus?
Why? What have you heard?
Don't get jumpy. Just curious.
Janus has officially hacked into my sleep. I wake up trying to figure out who's tracking who. Sometimes I think I'm this close, and then nothing. But I am starting to learn one thing.
And what's that?
The less I talk about how it's going, the better it seems to be going.
You were brought in specifically to track down Janus. You ever work with them in the past?
I'm not one for collective ideals. Chang looks out for Chang. Sometimes our routes ran parallel, ships in the night kind of deal.
Is the collective as big a threat as people say?
People like to romanticize these kinds of hacktivist organizations.
But you don't see it that way.
They're anonymous, powerful, and convinced they have a stranglehold on what's right and wrong. In my opinion, that makes them very dangerous.
How did you get started here exactly?
Miller came to me in prison. Helping him set up a cybercrimes unit was my way out.
That's a pretty good deal.
Sure, if you're looking to exchange one set of impenetrable walls for another. At least in prison, I didn't owe anyone anything. Here, yeah, I don't know. They do a good job of reminding me that I have a lot to be grateful for.
You're saying they hired you because they knew you wouldn't ask questions?
No. Maybe. Look, I do ask questions. A lot of questions. Just not always out loud.
Get some sleep, Chang. You sound like you can use it.
A lot of sleep. He looks like he could use
Be careful out there.
A lot of sleep. I'm wearing the modern armor, right? Huh. The yellow, task force agents. I don't know. The yellow, the bright gold yellow makes it look like it's bell tower. The classic. Just want to look at it. The classic coat. I like this gold trim one that he's wearing right here. I think when I do my second playthrough, where I do the other half of the game, you know, because later on again I have to choose what level I take. I mean, Human Revolution had a lot of moments where where your decisions did count, but it never went to the point of altering what levels you had to do. So if anything, it might warrant playing the game again, and for all it's worth, you know, I'll change the outfit so that way I can, you know, look a little different. That's why I love alternate costumes. You know, I don't have, you know, not being constrained to the same thing. I can look my character the way I want. Remember when that used to be very common in games? You know, you play the game, did certain objectives, found certain secrets, cheat codes, and you pretty much had those alternate costumes with you throughout the game, and you could make yourself look different. And then and even better, when some of those costumes reflected into the actual cutscenes, not just in gameplay. Like, I legit look different in every aspect. And that was, like, one of the best... That was, like, especially in a lot of games in the past, that was, like, one of my main reasons for ever replaying a lot of them. Different options. Nowadays, they barely do that. Instead, they shortchange you it as DLC. Or pre-order bonuses, and it's fucking abominable. Like, this would be great if this was all in the game, but no, it's unfortunately DLC. That's what drives me nuts about it.
Hey, Adam. What's up?
Nothing.
Well, I better let you get back to...
Yeah.
See you later, Arya. Okay, so... to the train station.
Did we get anything from the Whisper chip?
We got something, but Janus provided the wrong algorithm for the frequencies, so they aren't getting deciphered correctly.
Can you fix it?
I'm a pilot, not a programmer. I can do it, but it's gonna take some time.
I miss Farida Malik. I mean, I'm sure Vega will be nice, although we only just met back at the train station.
Can't believe a word they say. Good luck finding the people who hacked us.
I already did. I already hacked, talked to them, so you're fine. Okay, where am I going? That station. Well, I could just go to any station, really. Yeah, any station will do. Before I do, I'm gonna go sell off this, all these, processors and shit. So that way I have less crowding.
Come on in.
And I figured out how to go into the back room a few parts ago, so I don't have to bother with that anymore.
Machine. You want to look? I want to sell.
Well, it's not gonna be your lucky day because I'm aiming to sell. Money, more money.
Make up your mind. Stay, go back. Come on.
Maybe later.
For now. I like the sound of that.
Make up what personality you want to be, man. Seriously.
You're really bad at stealth, you know that.
Yes, I know I'm bad. Wait a minute. I'll just jump down. It's quicker. Oh, my legs! Okay. Daniel Smiley Fletcher. Logs out of the train investigation.
Some of the forged permits are pretty good. How can you make deals with them?
You're currently violating civilian conduct code 512. Sir, please desist.
All right, Miller, I'm at the Metro.
Perfect timing. Chang says your private chariot will arrive any time you call up Ruzicka Station on the map.
Chang, you had him hack into Prague's public transit company so I can get to Ruzicka?
Plan A wasn't working.
Always have a plan B.
They are involved.
And a plan C. A D. An E. Every other letter in the alphabet. Just in case. Ruzicka Station, huh? My own private gold-plated chariot. Or blue-plated. Needs a sweep, though.
Jensen, what's wrong? What are you doing here?
Miller sent me to find you. Thought you might have run into trouble.
He said that? Did he use those exact words? Because it's not my fault!
What happened, Smiley?
One minute I'm in there running the show, and the next they accuse me of trying to tamper with evidence. Me! Can you believe that? I would never do that, Adam. Never!
It's our crime scene.
Exactly. But try telling them that. The minute they went for their guns, I decided it was time to shut up and get out of there. They accuse me of tampering with evidence. They're probably destroying all the evidence there is right now. You know, at first I thought this was about Sonia.
Sonia? Sonia who?
Oh, just some girl I've been teaching English to. Turns out her husband is a little territorial. You know the type.
Smiley.
Right. Back to the case. The thing is, I think I found something in there, something big, something that could just blow this case wide open. I just need to get a look at the scan of the blast area, so... Actually, it's a good thing that you're here. I don't suppose you could... Jensen your way in there and grab it for me?
Crime scene.
So what am I looking at in there?
It's a blast site. There's debris everywhere, and plenty of cops, too. Once you get past the turnstiles and security offices, you should have a clean path to the tourist office where they have the scan, if they don't see you.
How many cops are inside?
I don't know. Several. They all had guns, so I didn't stop and count them all. There's at least one guy in an exosuit, and my guess is they'll shoot first and bury the bodies later.
What do you think is on this scan?
It's evidence, Jensen. A 3D mass spectrometer scan of the explosion site.
And?
And if I had one more minute in there, I'd have it with me right now, and I could find out. But the fact that they don't want me to see it makes me want to see it even more. I'm sure it's important.
We need that evidence.
Yes, exactly. That's the spirit. We need it. But you won't be able to just walk in there and ask them for it, since you're Interpol and, you know, augmented. After yesterday's attack, they're not exactly fans of the,
So where do I find it?
The forensic team set up camp inside the tourist agency, or what used to be the tourist agency. Get to their setup, grab the DSD with the scan on it, and get out. Easy peasy.
This could take a while, Smiley.
It's never easy.
I'll get out of your way, head back to HQ. Good luck, and, let's not tell Miller about this one, okay?
Right.
Getting things done. Getting things done. And getting other things done. And more praxis points.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
No
Access
treasures.
granted.
Ah. No data bits. Why do I get the feeling that if I turn that on, it's gonna blow me up? Capik Fountain Station. Hey Vic, going to need you here over to Capik Fountain Station. Someone called in sick. For the ticket booth, you can tap in with 3998. Thanks, I owe you one. Wilhelm. Hey, Wilhelm! Ah! The Wilhelm scream. Oh, that scream. It's classic. Okay, I don't know what turning the breaker off did. But maybe it had to do with this? Kara Crass, strange smell. Police have been saying there's a strange smell coming from the maintenance area. Can you get utilities down there? Police will take a look. Last thing we need is a gas leak on top of everything that's happened. Thanks. Restricted area. Warning. I love how he can't see me through the door. Smoke grenade. Stun gun. Combat rifle. Trank rifle. Oh, I got his passcode already. Della Rocca. Oh yeah, I found that code last time. See? Getting distracted and sidetracked apparently is just as much a boon as it can be a hindrance, depending on who you ask. Cameras. Turn off. Disable alarm panels. Mr. Bloom, IntelliCam data you sent over appears to be corrupted. Can't decode it. Is it possible to resend the data another way, or was it that? If not, we will require you to double check things at your end of the transmission and make sure your systems are working correctly. Might even need to send someone to check for you if you're unsure what to do next. If you have questions, comments, or help, get in touch with us immediately. Following this week's tragic bombing at Ruzicka Station, we have no choice but to perform an audit on our security protocols on all metro stations to see how such an attack could have taken place. An outside consultant will be brought in. We will run through several mock-up situations, and personal interviews will be conducted. A team of technicians will evaluate our security systems, looking for flaws or blind spots. We hope this audit leads to a simple solution that refocuses the team. Aim of these exercises is not to punish, but to prevent such a terrible attack from happening ever again. We will contact you individually in the coming days in an interview schedule. Camille Stock. Statch. I don't know. Code P61 at Palisade Station. Anyone looking to pick up a few hours of overtime is asked to respond to this message or make way to the Palisade Station right away to handle operator overflow and crowd control.
Poslouchej.
Secretary. As requested, we have overridden all entry codes to facilitate our investigation. Security room changed to 8066. Well, I ended up going in there through the vent, so didn't really matter. All servers given a hard reboot to be safe. Ensure no one gets locked out. Security room entry code has been reset. It's the same one, I think.
That was strange.
Breach software. For that silly breach mode that no one ever plays. So we could sneak through here if we want. Raid the supply closet. I'm gonna go take a look at the front door before I do anything. Nah, can't look in.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Have you checked the washrooms? Most your shift in there. Gerard Mayer. Hire one. For some reason I lost my key card. Yeah, I know. If anyone happened to find it, please bring it back or leave it at my desk. Thanks. Attention all employees. State police are conducting their investigation in the station. You're asked to cooperate fully with any help or information they may require. Do not disturb or enter any restricted areas as marked by the authorities. Due to the raised security, you are expected to have your person and present to any officer or official documentation or permits proving our identity or position as a station employee. Not been specifically instructed if they're present at the station or have been justified reason to be on site, you are advised to remain absent until further official notice. Please pay attention to any communications that may be sent to your personal address in the coming 72 hours, instructing you of forthcoming steps and news of when Ruzicka station might be expected to resume partial service. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding in this matter. And our friends and colleagues of Ruzicka employees who lost their life in the terrible bomb attack, transport management are planning to hold a memorial service within the next few weeks pending the state police investigation. Unfortunately, we will have to clear word from the authorities. It is not possible to provide a confirmed date at this point. Specific communications will be sent to your personal contact information in due course. If you have not updated your contact details recently, you are strongly urged to do so before leaving. Anyone who cannot arrange external contact information should inform the station duty manager and arrange an alternative solution. Already read this one in the other station. Okay, I'm gonna double back to the front, see if I can negotiate my way in. Otherwise, I'll sneak in.
We might as well head back. There's no getting through that way.
This area is restricted to civilians.
I'm with Task Force 29. Thought maybe I could take a look around.
You thought wrong. This is a local investigation. You task force guys can go swing your dick someplace else.
That's fine, forget it.
Done. Bye.
Well, looks like I'm sneaking. Sneaking. Wait, what is that? Do not enter. I will enter wherever I want. I'm the Men in Black, damn it. The only thing missing is my neuralizer. Save just in case. Save unavailable. What? Oh, it wasn't finished with the animation.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
No, I didn't want that. Oh, wait a minute. Ruzicka Metro Station access card. And event.
Nothing simple. Probably think someone might come try to scrub the evidence.
Warnick is riding a rig. What do we need with that kind of fire?
Whoa. I wanted to hear everything, but I went too early. Well, I could hear everything. I tried to get in close, but I went in too close. Because he could see me coming out.
Anomaly detected. Access granted.
I gotta talk.
Probably think someone might come try to scrub the evidence.
Warnick is riding a rig. What do we need with that kind of firepower? Is an army of ARC fanatics coming to scrub evidence? Everyone already knows they're responsible. Something else is going on.
Just keep it down. You don't question SIS, or maybe then you disappear. Do what they want. We just have to keep this site closed. I'm giving up.
Yeah. This was only the first attack. I might be able to step
I will go back the other way, where I found. So many ways to go. So many ways to go. It's almost exhausting. What does the map say?
We need more light.
Fucking tragedy.
The lab gods better find something.
Ah! Well, that was stupid. Mostly due to me.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Let me up, damn it. Yeah, I know I'm doing a lot of restarts, but
Central probably thinks so. I'm giving up.
Yeah. Checking in. Clear.
We need more light.
that worked. Overridden computer credentials to facilitate your investigation. Password to the ticket booth terminal. Change to Antares. Okay, that's where... that was the entrance. Hide the bodies. Big like Splinter Cell and hides the bodies. Okay, so we gotta go up there. Access card for the security. Breach. Who cares about breach?
No, they've already done the preliminary structural analysis. Do not fine, kid. No worries about that. Anything else? Okay, good. Back to your post. Everyone on sharp lookout. Stay out the way. What was that, Kopecki?
Nothing, sir. Just commenting on the flying faster than you. That's what
That Ruzicka fucker is behind this. Now what? Waste of time.
Now I don't wanna piss the local authorities off more than I already have, so I'm going to, you know, knock them out instead of going in guns blazing. I didn't do that in the previous game, and I don't want to do it here either. They're just cops. They're doing their duty, even if their duty is being delivered from a very sucky government.
Won't be too much longer.
Okay, what's the layout? We gotta go over here. Got an area here. Bookstore over there. Ooh, my personal favorite. And a whole big area with guards strewn around.
There's the problem right there.
What's it over there?
Uh-oh.
Come on, let's get it.
Whoops. I think I trapped myself.
What's it over there?
Silly. Is it at all possible to go in there? So far, it doesn't look like it. Well, how about that? I actually can. Credit chip. Bullets. Another tranq rifle. With rounds. Parts. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. I already have a combat rifle back at my house, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. Wait a minute. Pistol regular. Regular. I probably should dump this because I already have a bunch of pistol ammo as is. Lots of EMP ammo for the shotgun. Painkillers. Don't need to use a biocell for this when I now have the high jump.
Calm down. We'll be out of here soon enough.
Investigator over there. Cop over there. A super cop over there. Yeah, that didn't work. I want to hack that computer, but I highly doubt I'll be able to. How's the remote hacking? So I can't hack into computers with it. That kind of sucks, to be honest. Oh, triangle code.
Checkpoints are doing a good job keeping people out.
Najdeme ty, co to mají na svědomí.
Eesh.
Běháme z toho tady... Jo, jasně. Potřebujeme víc světla.
I wish I could whistle them over.
I'm here. You'll be fine.
Tohle násilí je katastrofa.
Damn it. I reacted way too wrong. I thought I could beat him, but my aim was off. And I tried to jump across, but it wouldn't do it. Like I'm holding down, and that's how my trouble started.
Never be able to forget this day.
Potřebujeme víc světla.
Just killing anything.
I'm here. You'll be fine.
Control, officer down in my section. Will advise.
Yeah, they know now. I gotta find a way to outsmart them without getting seen. Why is she saying I'm here, it'll be fine? She's talking to a dead body.
I can still hear the screaming.
Potřebujeme víc světla. Kolemu se to teďka bude pořádně mlít. Už zase?
Much better.
One little thing I'm pointing on.
Okay, that worked out much better. Okay, knocked him out, so now he won't come snooping around. Now I want that weapon briefcase that's over there. That worked out better than I thought. Chips. I can sneak through there if I want. Full health.
But nothing that I think would make this case. Wish I knew what proper task force guide is.
Now that you had anything important, SIS out. They would have taken you away.
Do we sneak around? I'd say they were covering something up.
Why is she talking to the bodies? It makes no sense. They're dead, woman. You sound like a crazy person. Oh, another way that I missed. Okay, save again.
Any suspicious debris. Something that might have come from the device. A private detonation. Anything that could lead us.
We know who did this. Some augmented terrorist.
Of course, but the right evidence could direct us somewhere more specific than somewhere more specific.
You want specific? Blow the whole place up. That would make sure we get the bastard. I'll let you get back to it, and be careful. Some of these wires are still hot.
I know. No one has been able to reach the breaker.
I'm very tempted to get that computer.
Only bombs for this series to fall apart. What now? What a goddamn mess. It will be a miracle if we find something useful here.
Whoops. I don't want to kill the mecha cop and get the police on my bad side.
Any suspicious debris. Something that might have come from the device. Time for detonation. Anything that could lead us.
Police, any storage unit in particular? Come on. Another job line, entry code 5100. Go in, get out. Okay, let's go to the other end. Okay, I went right there, but it doesn't seem like there's any other way. Except through the crater. So I'll have to make a run for it.
I heard something.
A little louder next time. I love how it's like, oh, you kill them, but they hear you. But you knock them out, they don't hear you, even when they're shouting from 50 yards away. Like, what kind of logic is that shit? All right, Ed 209. That box just moved through the canvas for some reason. Anything over here? Yes. Box. DSD.
Smiley, I've got the scan.
Yeah? Fantastic! Bring it back to my office and we'll see if I'm right.
Copy that.
And a way out. Containing scans of debris. Civilian with his pocket secretary. For me, his loss is my gain. Zeb Ulan from Bart Aloef. Try the vent we spotted to get to the maintenance room at Ruzicka. Sister confirmed the cops have been using it for lost and found or something and gave me a code to use. 0808. If you find something worth selling, come find me later in a week. Don't sell anything without me. I'll know. B. Huh, a break room from before. I could have just gone through there, and you know that's funny. I could have, had I known about that vent right there, I could have just gone literally right through the back of the crime scene instead of having to go through the whole sidestepping throughout the whole front. But if I didn't, I would have missed out on all that loot and other stuff, as per usual, so that's pretty fucked up. I could have essentially just gone in and gone out without going through the trouble. It's funny how all that works. Meet Smiley. He's back at the office. And no cops were killed. Although a few were knocked down, they'll be wondering what the hell happened for the next week.
Zasranej auk ve vagonu pro naturály. Chcete snad vyvolat paniku? Ukažte mi papíry. Dělejte, nebo vás seberu.
I don't have time to waste with this. Make it fast.
Vemte si je a vypadněte. Až příště pojedete metrem, použijte vagon pro augy. Máme svých problémů dost i bez takových potížistů, jako jste vy.
What the hell did you do, Jensen? State police are saying another augmented terrorist just hit them at the train station.
They were interfering with evidence collection.
Fucking hell. Now I'm ordering you to see our psychologist. Ozen's in the office waiting for you.
Copy that. Have to meet Smiley there anyway.
We'll do it fast, because Cheng found us a new lead in the case. In telecam footage fingering Ark. It's gonna put you inside Golem City.
Golem City, huh? Okay, so I gotta go meet with the doctor.
Some of those forged permits are pretty good.
I didn't do anything. I knocked them out. How would they know I was there? Well, I did knock them out, so...
That's quite a look.
Adam, I finally decrypted the audio off the Whisper chip tap. Fucking cold, man. You gotta hear it.
I have my hands full right now. Tell me where you are and I'll come when I can.
There's an old limb clinic in the Daphne district. It's closed down. Nobody goes there anymore. I'll be inside.
Oh, the limb clinic. Taking care of business, eh? Bringing the DSD to Smiley. Meet with the doctor. Multiple objectives. Well, I might as well go to the limb clinic since I'm out here anyway. The limb clinic that I already unlocked. Save.
Hey, glad you can make it. Any trouble getting away?
Miller's been giving me some leeway, but not much. I did survive a terror attack.
You and me both. God, sometimes I really hate this city. It used to welcome people like us, go out of its way to entice Augs to live here. This clinic was built because Prague saw us as its future. Now, look at it.
Times change, Alex.
I know, trust me. Even got the scars to prove it.
Scars.
We've been working together for a few months now. Still don't know much about you.
What, you trolling for my secrets now?
Just the good ones. How did you join the Juggernaut Collective?
Well, they got me out of a tough spot. Before the incident. I was working for Bell Tower flying VIPs around Panama, and I stumbled into something big. Something very important people didn't want anyone to know about. So, they ordered Bell Tower to kill me.
Janus warned you? Got you out?
A friend of Janus's. Someone in the collective who used to work for Bell Tower, too. You don't mess with these people, Adam. Not by yourself. I learned that the hard way.
You're a valuable asset. The collective could have sent you anywhere. Why Prague?
You really need to ask? Ever since the incident, paranoia and racism are eating this city alive. The whole world's watching just to see how Prague handles its AUG problem.
Didn't realize the entire collective was pro-AUG.
Not everyone is. But we all know our real enemies need chaos to operate in. Play the right chord, pull the right string, and Prague has plenty of that.
I get where they're trying to go, but augmentated people are not a race. They're just people with robot parts attached to them. Until they start going full Adeptus Mechanicus and turning themselves into full-on, you know, machine beings, I don't think referring to it as racism is fitting. I don't know. It just screams of forced writing, in my opinion. I mean, I get the intention, but it's like apples and oranges. You get what I mean?
You said we got something?
Yeah, listen to this.
A little heads up would have been nice.
Sending your team to Dubai was my call, but now we need to go by the book. Focus on Ark.
You want me to pin all of this on them? The bombings in Prague, the break-in at Vessel Life, and Dubai?
Officially, all 5 attacks involved augmented terrorists. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. But send me the reports if you want me to prove it, because Ark don't operate in North America.
They're setting up Ark, Adam. They sent you into that ambush in Dubai, and now they want to pin everything on the Augmented Rights Coalition. I told you Miller was dirty.
Yeah, he doesn't seem happy about it.
Sounds to me like Miller's following orders. It also sounds like he's not happy about it.
Alright, whatever. Maybe he's just a stooge. You can't say the same about the man he's talking to.
His boss, Joseph Manderley.
Director of TF-29 operations worldwide. The only person at Interpol higher than him is the General Secretariat.
We need to play this smart, Alex. Think about what we heard. What was that bit about VersaLife?
You mean the break-in that never happened? Yeah, I started digging into that right after I decrypted the conversation.
What'd you find?
Like I said, man, it's the break-in that never happened. VersaLife is one of the biggest pharma companies on the planet. The only one still manufacturing neuropozyne. If it got broken into, it would have been big news.
So why are they saying it did? VersaLife doesn't produce just neuropozyne. They've got a huge research and development division.
Yeah? So? What does that have to do with Ark? Why frame them for break-in?
They want them to look like terrorists. I guess it depends on what they'll say was stolen. See what the Collective can dig up. If this really is a conspiracy, that break-in will be the thread to pull on.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna finish my investigation. Find out who really bombed the station. I'll let you know when I turn up.
Same here. Good luck, Adam.
Yeah, I thought she worked for, Vega here worked for, TF-29 since we met her out front of the station before the bomb went off, but she's really working for the Collective. That's why I kind of want to play the game again. Not just for the new decisions, but to pick up on stuff that I missed.
You want me to keep giving you updates every few minutes?
If I missed, I mean completely flew over my head.
Couldn't treat a dog like that.
You know, when a game's with so much dialogue and stuff happening, it's easy to kind of get lost. Lord knows I have both figuratively and literally.
My goodness.
But yeah, racism, really, no. Scared shitless on account of people having chips in their brains and robot libs going crazy because they can eat because they can get hacked. I mean, Ghost in the Shell taught me that, like, yeah, the technology and all the stuff is miraculous, but it's not without flaws. Especially when someone can easily hack into your brain and go poof. Next thing you know, you're a techno zombie running around murdering everyone. Or hack to do something against your will. Whatever, right?
Hey, how's it going? Do you have the scan?
Yeah, it's right here.
You're a lifesaver, Adam. Seriously, Miller was in a foul mood when he left here. I don't need to give him another excuse to chew me out.
He left. Where'd he go?
Didn't ask, didn't think he wanted me to know. Did those state police jerks give you any grief?
It's like you said, they shot first, so I took care of it.
Oh, okay. Good. They had it coming.
So what's on the scan?
Oh, that. I have no idea.
What? You told me you found something big.
I didn't say I knew what it was, Adam. I said it was something that could blow this case wide open. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not buying this whole Ark did it angle. I believe what the evidence tells me. This DSD has all the answers we need, from the chemical makeup of the explosive used down to the material in the victim's clothing. I'm sure of it.
Okay, so how long until we're all sure of it?
Oh, it'll take hours to sift through the data, and I'm seeing Sonia later to apologize for any issues I may have caused with the state police. Plus, I do have other cases to work on too, Adam. I'll let you know when I find something.
You do that.
Take it easy.
Jensen, has Ozen cleared you for duty?
Haven't spoken to her yet.
Well, get it done. The way you handled the police today makes it pretty damn clear you need to.
So was I supposed to just go in and get out without knocking any of them out this time?
Thanks again, Adam. I really do hope there's something...
Because it sounds like it. Besides, how would they know it was me when I knocked them out and nobody saw the bodies? What, do they wake up and realize? I guess that's what.
Adam, I'm Delaro Zen. I appreciate you coming in to speak with me.
Ooh, she's purty.
Well, I know you're probably getting this from everyone today, but I need to ask. Are you okay? I've seen footage from the train station, but being there must have...
Is that what this is about?
No, that was sympathy. This is a standard agent health interview to determine combat readiness. Here, I got you this from the dispensary.
You got me neuropazine? Look, Doc, I was caught off guard by a terrorist attack. Might have knocked some things out of whack, but it doesn't mean my body's gonna start rejecting my augments.
True, but traumatic experiences can kick a hornet's nest into the immune system. In patients with neuroprosthetics...
Would you believe me if I told you my body doesn't reject mechanical implants?
No. But my policy is for straight talk only in the room, so if you want me to believe that you're some kind of medical miracle, I guess I'll have to go with it. Please, have a seat.
Patient X. He doesn't need neuropazine.
There's some very interesting history here. Mind if we take a trip down memory lane?
Is this gonna take long?
It says here that you were with Detroit SWAT, but left in 26 to head up Seraph Industries Security Division. David Seraph was at the center of America's augmentation debate.
You know, we live in a world with mechanical limbs, and you're not willing to believe the fact that Adam may possibly just have a natural immune system. And by natural, I mean he was a genetic test. He was a genetic experiment that was saved at a certain point. Do I turn tables or disclose? Well, if I don't like what I did, how I answer things, well then I'll restart, because I want to play nice. For the most part, anyway.
Are you asking me or telling me?
Which would you prefer? Not everyone's as familiar with U.S. history as you Americans would like to believe, you know.
Where are you from, Doc?
We're discussing your file, remember? So, it was David Seraph who had you augmented after anti-aug extremists attacked the company?
It was not anti-aug.
Anti-aug extremists? Is that what it says in my file?
Isn't that the case?
Nope.
The case was never solved, and they didn't just attack the company. They murdered a lot of innocent people.
Including your ex-girlfriend, I understand.
Megan's not dead.
Is that why you joined the task force, Adam? To use Interpol resources to solve a cold case that...
What happened in Detroit is ancient history, Doc. Megan, my being augmented, all of it. What happened at Ruzicka Station is not. So sitting around talking about the past isn't going to get me any closer to getting the people responsible.
Actually, that leads me to my next question. So far, no one's claimed responsibility for the attack at Ruzicka. But with the human restoration vote coming, well, it's no secret Prague has become the symbol of legalized augmented oppression.
And the Augmented Rights Coalition is camped at its back door, trying to expose and resist it.
Most of the world thinks of them as terrorists. Augmented terrorists. If it turns out they are guilty, well, being augmented yourself...
How am I gonna feel?
It's my job, complex issue. It's my job.
This isn't about Augs versus naturals, Delara. This is about terrorism. And in my book, there's no excuse for the taking of innocent lives, no matter the reason.
So if Talus Wrecker ordered his people to do this, then...
It's my job to bring him in, not to judge whether he's guilty or innocent.
Well, look, I think it's safe to say that you have all your faculties about you. I'll let the director know that I'm officially clearing you for the field.
Well, that worked out okay.
Well, it's probably best if I get back to work, Doc. I'll see you around. Miller, we still going to Golem City?
You are. Meet me at Kopecki's puppet shop. Your pilot's en route. I'll brief you there.
Copy that.
You know my door's always open. Except, of course, when it's not. Thanks again for going over your file with me, Adam. I think most of the other agents see a plague cross on my door.
Well, Delara's pretty good looking.
Are you here to talk?
I do like her name, too.
I feel terrible for you.
Do the Jinn still believe what Sam told them, or don't they? You need to know.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Pretty throw around a month back or something off about him. It's not hot take, I'm sure of that. It's Whitaker, by the way, with an H. You know anything about a Lieutenant Whitaker who works for Tarvos? Just on the phone with him. Oh man, the agitators got quiet and invasive. Possible he sewn in someone's pocket. Positive ID on Mother Marta, and we're certain Lucas is not one of our deceased, so he's in the wind somewhere. Extensive bruising on head, shoulders, and back suggests he died shielding her son from collapsing debris. Oh yeah, the woman that was buried under the rubble in the beginning of the game. Not sure we made this one without your trip. Smiley. Two more potential ID. Marta and Lucas Babik, locals, mother and son. We have trouble making the IDs because their papers are fairly recent, issued by a battered women's organization.
Dark days ahead.
Alrighty.
Hey, Adam.
I haven't eaten yet. Okay. All right. So.
I should have stayed in bed.
So who's my pilot, I wonder? So yeah, I was right, he built a thing in the puppet store. A landing pad.
Who else will take care of it?
Yeah, well, there's the problem right there.
Alright. Oh, wait a minute. It's not saving yet for some reason. Okay, now I can. Alright. So we've done the Ruzicka station infiltration, collected the evidence, did some points of interest, and I think this is a good place to stop, and when I come back, we will head to the next location in the game, Golem City, and see how much you want to bet it's going to be a real shithole, from the sound of things. Well, all that said, good. Finally some progress on some main objectives after several days of nothing but side missions. Oh, man. So, this will be a good place to stop, and when I come back either later tonight or tomorrow, we will go into the next zone. So, thank you all for watching. Be back later.